And welcome to today's Family Caregiver Workshop. My name is Tammy Cave, and I am a caregiver specialist with the Caregiver and Supportive Services Unit with the Fairfax Area Agency on Aging. Before we get started, I have a few gentle housekeeping reminders. Today's session is being recorded, and the recording will be available on our caregiver website if you'd like to revisit it later. Closed captioning is available, and you can turn it on or off using the Zoom controls at the bottom of your screen. If you have any questions during the presentation, please use the Q&A button at the bottom of the Zoom screen. We're very happy to hear from you. When you sign out, a short survey will appear. If you could please take a moment and share your thoughts, it really helps us continue creating programs that support our caregiver community. Please check with your physician or healthcare provider before beginning any new physical activity, including today's workshop, which is Everyone Dances, Finding Everyday Moments of Joy Throughout Movement. Today's movements are for general wellness, educational purposes, and not a substitute for personalized medical advice. Please listen to your body, pause or skip any activity that doesn't feel right, and follow your healthcare provider's guidance. By participating in this workshop today, you acknowledge that you are doing so at your own discretion. The Everyone Dances instructor and the Fairfax Area Agency on Aging cannot be responsible for any injuries or unexpected outcomes. Now, I'd love to introduce our instructor for today's workshop, Dr. Julia Beck. Dr. Julia Beck is a primary care physician and medical educator at the University of Washington, Seattle. More importantly, Dr. Beck is a dancer and a dance teacher. Her dance classes are adaptive classes for people living with neurologic conditions, specifically Parkinson's disease and dementia, as well as for caregivers. Dr. Beck has been teaching adaptive dance since 2023 and was honored to be the first artist in residence at the Memory Hub in Seattle, Washington in 2024. The Memory Hub is a community space in Seattle that supports people living with memory loss and their caregivers. It is located on the campus of the Frye Art Museum. Dr. Beck, thank you so much for being here today. Please come on camera and take it away.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Tammy, for that kind welcome, and to the whole team at Fairfax County for inviting me to be with you this morning. And I'm really looking forward to dancing together. A little bit about adaptive dance. I think one of the amazing things about dance is that it can happen anywhere. You're seeing me in my office here on the campus of the University of Washington, and I imagine you might be in your own homes or in your offices. None of us are in dance studios or at clubs today. We're here and we're going to move together and have hopefully a joyful time doing so. As Tammy mentioned, my work teaching dance is primarily with people living with dementia and or Parkinson's. And so to maintain the accessibility of the class, we'll be seated and we'll stay seated for the entire class. That allows us to focus on finding the meaning and intention behind the movement without needing to worry about our balance or doing the right thing to keep our balance while we're enjoying moving to music together. And that's a key part of how I teach. It means that all of my dancers can be on the same level. Care partners, participants, we're all in it to enjoy the movement. As we go through the morning, I will first show you the sequence of movements that we'll do. And I would remind you that we're each unique people. And so as we move, you might find that you're moving a little bit differently than I do. And that is beautiful, and that's how it should be. We're each unique individuals as dancers. Please know that I encourage you to adjust a movement, and I will try to offer a menu of options. So if you find that today your shoulder says no thank you to reaching all the way up overhead, then I'll try and make sure that I recommend a movement where we might keep the arm to our side or even keep the arm low so that you can try that but still find some self-expression in that moment. As we get going, like I mentioned, we'll start seated. I'll walk us through the movements, and then you'll see me scurrying back and forth to my computer here to also be the DJ, and we'll turn on the music and we'll do the movements to the music. I will be doing it along with you, doing my best to project over the music, and also demonstrating. So hopefully you'll be getting all the inputs you need to be able to follow along and enjoy yourselves. Tammy, let's do a quick sound check before I start with our warm-up. So dancers, thanks for your patience while we do a quick share screen here. And let's see. I can. All right. So dancers, you might see my playlist come up on your screens for just a moment. And we'll do a quick little sound check. So if dancers, somebody could make a little thumbs up and let me know if you could hear that music playing. I would appreciate it.
Let's see. I'm going to put you on stereo to see if they're able to hear from there.
Okay. Should we try? Okay. So yes. So I think I have to steal it from you for it to work. So I just said that it could do that. Is that coming through this time?
Yes.
Great.
Can someone from the attendees let us know if you can hear the music?
I just paused it, but could you hear it playing just a moment ago?
I don't see any responses, so I'm not sure, but I can hear it.
Can hear it. All right.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign. We'll roll with it. And then dancers, if you find that when I start the music after we do our practice, you can't hear it, then definitely let me know.
They said they can hear it. The sound is good.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. All right.
You want to play it one more time just to make sure? Because I adjusted the settings a couple of times.
Oh, okay. How about I'll get started and then when we press.
They can let us know.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Always a little interesting to navigate these little technical. Whew. All right. So dancers, you can see I'm in my chair. And I like to find the place in my chair where I'm not too far back, but I'm also not right on the edge of my seat. You want to find that Goldilocks place right in the middle of your chair. And a lot of this movement is going to be with our upper body. So I will adjust just slightly so you can see my feet. All right. So I'd like you to imagine, dancers, that you're holding a small ball in your hands and think of it like a ball of energy, and it's close to you, and you're finding the shapes and the contours of that ball of energy and start to imagine what color it is for you today. Mine is going to be husky purple because I'm coming to you from the University of Washington today. And we'll shape that ball, and we'll find that as we're moving, that energy is starting to increase. And so the shape of the ball is also increasing. And soon we'll find more and more edges and contours of that ball. And we'll shape it all around. And soon we won't be able to hold all of the energy that it contains. And you might find that energy is starting to reach out into your space. And so you'll start to send energy out in all directions around you. And as that energy is reaching around the room, you'll imagine the color that you've made that energy, and that beautiful color is filling up your space. And soon you've got to bring your legs into it. So you might see that I'm starting to almost imagine painting the floor with my foot and adding more color to my room and bringing the floor into that. And when you see blank spots, fill them in. And then as the music comes to a close, I'll invite you to bring your arms up and release all the rest of that warmth and joy into your space. All right, dancers, let's get our song going. So you'll be able to see, let's see. I think the challenge is the music will be playing, but I'm going to try and bring it back to me. So I'll press play and then hopefully quick share back to me. Sorry.
It's okay. We're not able to see you.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see here.
Sorry, dancers. Tammy, are you able to give all of the...
So I'm not sharing. Let's see if I can make you. Let's see. Give me 1 second.
That's okay. And if all else fails, I'll turn the music on my phone, and that could work too.
Okay, you should be good to go.
All right, let's try it. Okay, over the shoulder. So you should be able to still see me. Magical. All right. So dancers, you'll see my playlist and you'll see me. All right, I love it. Whew. And I hope that's working.
Sounds great.
All right, let's bring that ball of energy close to ourselves and find all the shapes and contours of that beautiful energy that we're creating. And imagining the color of that energy and how, as you're moving, it's building and increasing in size. So you have to keep exploring each edge. As you explore each edge, imagining how that beautiful color is starting to fill up more and more space. And letting yourself grow and expand. And noticing that if you need to with your body, keeping your arms in a lower space to find the edges of that ball, or if your shoulder is up for it, starting to move up even a little bit higher with your arms. And soon, that energy can't be contained in that circular shape anymore. It's starting to extend out into the space. You might find that it's reaching up to the corners where you haven't yet gotten. And your legs need to start adding some color and energy to your room. So I'm showing with my hand and my leg how you can do that. Painting on the floor. And if the color of your energy has changed, it's almost as if you're starting to create your own painting, adding more elaborate movements, little swirls. Finding different ways to add color to your space. And you might even have to give it a little splash of color. And give a last splash of color to your space. And bring those arms up. And then fill the room with your warmth and your light. Ah, beautiful dancers. Wonderful, wonderful. So our next piece of our warm-up, because we've got to get all the parts of our body ready to move and create, we'll focus on our arms a little bit more. We did quite a bit of arm warm-up, but now I'd really like us to think about a very intentional movement with our. So as we're bringing in a little bit more articulation with our fingers, imagine you are like a mime and you are showing your audience where the edges of your room are. So you're using the flat of your hand to demonstrate where those sides of your space might be. And you can find the sides of your space going up on each side. They might be in front of you. They might be above you. If that's where your body says you might go today. And then you realize this space is too small. You need to create more room for yourself. You don't want to let yourself be contained by this particular space. So pushing the space and making more room for yourself. Pushing away the ceiling even. And then as you imagine yourself creating even more space, you'll open up some windows. and let the sun in to shine on your face. All right.
So some of the participants would like, oops,
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
would like the music a little lower so that they can hear your instruction a little bit more.
All right. You got it. You
Thank you.
got it. I hope that my adjustment right now will be helpful. I just turned the volume down on the computer. Thank you for letting me know. So find the edges of your room. Feel where the wall might be. And imagine that you're defining each edge of your space. Using the flat of your hand to show it. Even up to the ceiling. Show me that space, but then push against the space. And really make some more room for yourself in your space. Pushing away the walls. Even pushing away the ceiling. Reaching as best you can. Letting your fingers create more space for you. And opening up your windows so you can feel the sunshine on your face. Beautiful. I hope that was a little bit better in terms of volume for that particular dance.
They would like it down a bit more. They said
Even a bit more.
They want to be able to hear you a little bit more.
Okay.
Mhm.
You got it.
Thank you.
I've got the volume turned down on my end. So I hope that helps.
Okay.
Whew. I'm starting to feel warm, dancers. I hope you are too. Let's focus on our feet. So I'm going to grab a seat and do a demonstration of our next dance. And I'll tell you, today is out here on the West Coast. It's kind of a cool and rainy day. So I had to wear my rain boots to the office. And so we'll do a little bit of a foot warm up that might feel a little funny at first, but I really enjoyed this. This song just really gets my my happy juices going. So hopefully we'll have some fun with it. And okay. Oh, there we go. Output volume. Love it. Okay. So, dancers, I'd like you to imagine that you're putting on your boots. So when you put on your boots, you push your toe into the boot and then you reach to pull it up. Push that toe in, reach to pull that boot up. And try that a couple times with this side. And then we'll do the other one. So push that toe in, pull it up, push that toe in, pull it up. And after we've got our boots nice and secure, we'll strut down the street. When we get to where we're going, we will show off our amazing footwear, and you could even give it a little razzle dazzle and show off your amazing footwear and even give it a little razzle dazzle. And we'll go through our razzle dazzle a couple of times. And then we'll strut back down the street, this time with a little bit more gusto. But with all of that showing off, our boots have gotten loose, so we've got to put them back on again, digging in. So we'll get our boots back on. And then we'll show them off. We'll show them off. We'll show them off. We'll show them off. All right, let's give it a try. All right.
You keep saying you got something for
Dig that
me.
toe in. Pull that boot up.
Something
that toe.
you call love, but confess.
And pull. Do the other
You've been
one.
messing where you shouldn't have been
Get that
messing.
boot on.
And now someone else
Reach
is
and
getting to
pull.
know your best.
Ugh.
These
And then
boots
walk.
are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One
Walk
of these days,
and
these
strut
boots are gonna walk
down
all over you.
the street. In your amazing shoes.
Yeah.
And now get ready to show them off.
You keep lying
And give it a
when
little
you
razzle
wanna be
dazzle.
decent.
And do the
You
other
keep
side.
losing when
Give
you
it a
wanna
little
not
razzle
win.
dazzle.
You keep saying
Give it a
when you
little
wanna be
extra
ashamed.
razzle dazzle.
Now what's right is right, but you ain't been right yet.
Nice dancers.
These boots
Strut
are
it
made for
down
walking,
the
and that's
street.
just what they'll do. One of
Pick
these
it up
days,
the
these
pace.
boots are gonna walk all over you.
All right, our shoes have gotten loose. We've got to tighten them back up.
You
Dig
keep
it
playing
in.
where you shouldn't be playing.
Really
You keep
reach
thinking that you'll never get
and
burned.
pull that boot up. And get the other
I
one.
just found me a brand new box to match
Pull
it.
up.
And one
Reach
knows you ain't
up.
had time to
And
learn.
reach and up.
These boots are made for walking, and
And
that's
let's
just what they'll do.
strut. And when you're
One of
ready,
these days, these
you might
boots are
pick
gonna
up the
walk
pace.
all over you.
Now we've got our last little bit of razzle dazzle dancers.
Start walking.
And you might do it a little fast. Ah, nice work. Fantastic. Ah, so fun. So as you can tell, one of the things that is joyful about dance is the fact that we can use movement to tell stories. And humans created dance to tell stories. That's probably one of the reasons why we started dancing thousands of years ago. And many styles of dance still use storytelling as part of their style, their ethos. When I think about dancing in everyday life, sometimes we start to worry, well, gosh, I'm not a dancer, right? How am I going to, bring some movement into my life and feel comfortable doing it? And hopefully these first couple of dances have demonstrated that sometimes even everyday things can be made into dance, and that when we set aside time to be creative and joyful together, that ultimately is what makes dance special and can create those little moments in your day where you build in movement along with some connectedness with people around you. We're going to dig into storytelling a little bit more, and I'm hopeful to give you some examples or more examples of how I use storytelling with people so that they feel comfortable moving and they realize that we each are going to tell that story in a unique way. So sometimes we'll use movements from everyday life, like we just did, putting on rain boots and walking down the street. Sometimes I like to use moments from the day that I would love to have. And so this next dance is taking us away to Ipanema Beach in Brazil on a beautiful, warm, tropical day. And we'll imagine ourselves sambaing down to the water, and we'll lay out our towel and we'll go for a nice swim in the warm water. So let me show you a few movements and then we'll turn on the music and do those together. So when we walk down to the beach, we could walk with the beat. We could just take a little stroll as we were doing with our boot dance. We might just find a nice rhythm with our stroll. If you also wanted to add an element of flair, you could add a catch beat with your feet, like a samba rhythm. And I'll show you with my hands, and I'll also adjust my screen so you can see my feet doing that movement. So that might be a step, 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 step. So finding a gentle sway as we move down to the beach, carrying our beach bag with all of our essentials. Most importantly, our towel. We'll lift our towel out of the bag, give it a good shake. Look to see if we've got the right spot in the sand. Nope, not ready. Shake it up, shake it out. Lay it back down in the sand. Nope, not quite right. We're very picky people. We've got to make sure it's just in the right spot. Towel looks great. Let's samba down to the ocean. And as we make it to the ocean, the beautiful warm water will embrace us and we'll go for a nice swim. And you might do your gentle stroke through the water. If you're somebody who likes to add a little bit of extra, you might do a backstroke through the water for yourself. You can decide how you'll move through the water today. And after we've been enjoying the warm water, seeing some fish swim by, and we'll samba back up to our towel. And we'll come to a close there. And before we start dancing, let me just pause and make sure, are there any questions that are coming up that I can help answer?
Well, no, there's no questions, but they did like the feet and hand warm-ups. They thought that was really great, and they enjoyed that.
Oh, I'm so glad.
And then question on how do your music choices support emotional release or stress during class?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's some really interesting research about that, dancers, that our emotional state will often shift a little bit to match the music that we're listening to. And so what I will often do when I'm selecting songs is think about where people might be as they're starting class, starting to dance, and where we're hoping to end up. That we sometimes might need a little boost to get going. And so starting with a higher energy song or a song that builds in intensity can be helpful for that. Sometimes the class might be feeling a little anxious for any number of reasons. And so we start off with something that's a little calmer, and then we can build engagement and comfort as we're using a song that brings us comfort, that's known to us, that's really familiar. And each of those things will be so unique, both to yourself, to your care partner, or to other people that you're dancing with. And so it can be really enjoyable to explore both with the people around you and for yourself, observing how you're responding to the music, and then taking advantage of that, and maybe finding another track to keep you going in the place that you want to be. So let's try our Ipanema Beach. And then we'll do one big joyful dance together. Hopefully we'll have time, I think we will, to do another story, and then we'll wrap up. All right, let's grab our beach towel. And I'm starting showing how you might stroll with the beat of the song. And if you like this way of moving to this song, I encourage you to stay with it. If you would like to try the samba, step down to the beach, you could do that. And I'm kind of having fun with this hand-leg matchup here. I might add a little bit of extra to that. Because when we go to the beach, we've got to really make it our day. Especially if we're in Brazil. All right, dancers, I think we're finding a good spot to lay our towels. Let's pull them out of our bags. Lift your towel up. Give it a good shake. And rest it down in the sand. Oh, not the right place. Lift it back up. Shake it out. Let it get down into the sand. Oh, still. We need to be perfect with our towel placement. Almost. Last time, I think we've got it. Ah, that's the right spot. I feel like we can head down to the sand and take a good swim. And as we head into the beautiful tropical waters, let yourself start swimming comfortably into the warm embrace of the ocean. And take in the sights around you. As dancers, we're expressing with our whole selves what we see and what we're experiencing. And for those of you trying to backstroke, feel that sun gently shining on your face, brightening up your cheeks. Wonderful. I think that's enough time in the water. Let's samba back up to the towel. And as we make our way up to the towel, You might make sure it's nice and even. Find that comfortable resting spot. All right, I'll leave that one there. But as you can see, the story could keep going. So if you were dancing for yourself or dancing with a friend, maybe you could even trade off elements that each of you was imagining, your favorite parts of being at the beach. Maybe it's having a glass of cool lemonade, or maybe it's reading your favorite book. But you create and show that gesture, and suddenly it can take on a new meaning when we're doing that with music. All right, I promised a fun togetherness dance. Sometimes it's so fun to just dance by yourself and let out all the things that you've been holding on to. But I would say one of the amazing things about dance that we can see in research and in studies, and well, just if you talk to professional dancers, is that being together with other people who are dancing at the same time adds this extra benefit to the movement. So for our brains, as we're making sense of the world around us, when we dance and are creative, not only are we taking in the visual input of a person around us or our environment, we're hearing the music, and we're creating a physical response to all of those inputs. And then you add the benefit of being with other people, and when we can move together doing the same thing, the beneficial effects are magnified that much more. So with this next dance, we have a moment where we can just do what we want, but there is a crucial moment where we will all come together and do this same movement at the same time. And I think even though we can't see each other, we know that the other participants and other dancers are out there doing this same movement at the same time as us, and what a joy that will bring us. So, as we're in our seats, I will invite you to twist. And you might find that you have your own way of twisting. It might be a gentle twist. You might really be getting deep into your twist. Always paying attention to your body, dancers. Always paying attention. And as you're twisting, maybe you start doing a little mashed potato, or the one that makes my kids the most embarrassed, the scuba diver. So you could have added a scuba diver. If you have your own dance that you like to do, then this is the moment for you to do it. But at our crucial moment, we will all come together, and I will really make sure we all know. I'll put my hands down to the middle, and we'll shake, and we'll shake. And when we get our arms to the top, we'll let them wave all around like Muppets. And then we'll go back to dancing all by ourselves. So we'll have 2 moments where we do our special dance all together, and then the rest of the time we're going to be grooving. All right, so find your twist, dancers. And you might start off kind of subtle. You might find just a gentle twist for yourself first. And as you're dancing, feel free to start finding your own moves with this one. And you might find yourself, I just added a new one. Taking in the swims. I got off script, dancers. How about we add in, you do your own move. And now we're ready for our big moment. So bring your hands down to the middle and shake them. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna add in my kid embarrassing move. My scuba diver. Imagining all the amazing moves that are happening. And dancers, we've got one more big moment together. And let's take it down. And shake your arms like a mother. Yes, that was awesome. Fantastic. Whew, man. So, I hope that you experienced some togetherness. I felt the love coming to me all the way across the coast. Whew. So, we've talked about when we dance together, especially if we're keeping our movements adaptable and accessible, maybe we stay seated. And then as we're creating movements together or thinking about how we're moving, imagining how when we're moving, that's enhancing our sense of togetherness. And that as we're moving, we are able to take moments from everyday life and turn them into movement. We set aside special time, and then suddenly those movements take on additional meaning. And then lastly, that we're able to find joy when we move together. Whew. So after all that hard work, I'd like to invite you into one of my favorite dances. And we'll do one dance from a ballet called Giselle. And then we'll wrap it up with our goodbye dance. I think we can do it, dancers. We've got 10 minutes. And I'll try and leave a couple minutes for time, so we'll get there. So to set the stage, I often love going to the ballet. And there's a classic ballet called Giselle. Giselle is a sad story. Giselle is heartbroken at the fact that she's betrayed by the man that she loves. And she dies of heartbreak, dancers. And that all happens in the first act. And then in the second act, Giselle is welcomed by the spirits into their world. And it's not just any world of spirits. It is a realm of other heartbroken people. And they are a little bit vengeful. But she feels welcomed into their community, and they invite her to dance with them. And what we will reenact is the welcome that the Queen of the Spirits gives to Giselle as she comes into their space. Her name is Myrta. She is quite regal. So I invite you to take your regal posture, imagining your heart shining out into your space. And Myrta says to Giselle with her movements, Giselle, I have heard your sad tale, and it is so sad. And she wants to push it away with her hand. Her heart is broken for Giselle, and she just feels that she needs to help her. She wants to push away the sadness that Giselle has been experiencing. And so we're showing that with our movements. Then Myrta gathers a bouquet of lilies, and to each of the other spirits, she throws a lily. And we will also imagine ourselves filling the space around us with beautiful, fragrant flowers. Then she bids her fellow spirits to rise and find their places in the dance. Rise and find their places in the dance. And we'll gesture maybe close to ourselves at first. And as we continue to move, that gesture might become grander. It might take up more space, as much space as you can find. And when each dancer has been given their place, we bring our arms up and we circle them. This is an old ballet mime for dance. And then we take our place among them. All right, dancers, let's give it a try. Oh, Giselle, I heard your story. Oh, my heart is broken for you. I have heard a sad tale before, but this one just filled my heart with sadness. So let's push that sadness away. My dear, here is a beautiful bouquet of lilies. Give them to each of your fellow spirits. And dancers, don't forget, the spirits are gathered and they each need a lily, and then they need to be called to the dance. So reach up and show them the place. And you might keep the gesture close to you and show them where they need to be. And then let the movement become bigger. And invite them so that we can all dance together and hold each other in support and love. Nice work. All right. So, thank you so much for being with me today. Tammy, if I might, I have a 2-minute goodbye dance, and then we'll have 2 minutes for any questions. Is that okay? Oh, you're on mute.
I just have a little bit of information to give our attendees before we close.
Oh, fantastic.
So that'd be great. So we'll probably maybe go over just a couple of minutes if that's okay.
Yeah. Thank you, dancers. All right. So when dance classes finish, as Tammy knows, she's a dancer, we like to thank each other with something called a reverence. And a reverence is a way to acknowledge the time that we've spent together moving and being creative and enjoying each other's company, and allows us to wind down and re-enter our day. So when I show a reverence, I'll show you a couple movements and then we'll do the rest together. So we'll gesture around our space with each arm, And then we'll gather in all the love and joy that we felt and we'll hold it in our hearts. And then we have to thank our audience. So gesture up to the balcony. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, balcony, for paying money to come see us dance. And we hold on to that love in our hearts. And then with this dance, we'll show a rainbow going one way, a rainbow going back the other way. We'll take a moment to acknowledge each other. And then we'll do the same movement to wrap up. Okay.
I see
So keep that
trees
gesture
of green,
out.
red roses too. I see
Take
them
it back the other
bloom
way.
for me and you. And
And
I
bring
think to
all
myself,
of that love into your hearts.
what a wonderful world.
And
I
up to the
see
ceiling.
skies of blue,
Bring the
clouds
balcony.
of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to
Gather all
myself,
that love.
what a
And
wonderful
hold it in your
world.
heart. And now dancers will paint those
The
rainbows.
colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky.
And take it back the other
Also on the
way.
faces of people going by. I see friends shaking
Thank you,
hands,
dancers.
saying how
I really appreciate you.
they're really saying, I love
And one more time around the room with your arm.
I watch them grow. They like much more than I never knew. And I think
Bring
to
all of that
myself,
love into your heart.
what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself,
Tell yourself,
what a
take a good
wonderful
breath. Ah,
Good job. Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
thank you so much for having me.
Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you for spending this past hour with us, Dr. Beck. We are especially grateful for you to share your expertise and for joining us and just sharing your knowledge. We really appreciate you being here today. To our audience, we want to thank you for being here as well. We know your time is valuable. And we're grateful for you choosing to spend it with us. I would like to invite you to our next webinar, which is an intergenerational workshop called Self-Defense for the Family. It will take place on Friday, July 10th from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. This virtual workshop is designed for family caregivers and their family members of all ages and is hosted by the Fairfax Area Agency on Aging. The instructor, Sethi from OSA Martial Arts School, will guide participants of all ages and abilities in recognizing their own strength and potential while teaching practical self-defense moves the whole family can learn together. We hope you'll register and join us for that engaging workshop as well. And just a quick reminder to please complete the survey at the end of the workshop today. It's a great way to let us know which caregiving topics you'd like to see in the future, and because we truly appreciate and value your feedback. So I hope everyone has a great afternoon. Thank you again, Dr. Beck, for being here, and take care. We'll see you next time.